It's Wednesday, July 1. Let's take a look at a key development in Korea's industry sector. Today, South Korea essentially drew a line in the sand.
Right, a very clear line.
Yeah, in four massive synchronized moves, they've gone live today defining exactly where they're deploying capital and, well, where they've drawn the line on foreign players.
Exactly.
So the core question for you to consider today is Korea's mobility and physical AI positioning strengthening competitively?
That is the defining question here. Because we're looking at, highly coordinated, heavy domestic capital expenditures colliding directly with strict new regulatory barriers.
Excellent. Let's unpack that policy barrier first, because this revised EV supply chain scoring it's pretty brutal.
It really is.
It's like this exclusive club, right?
Yeah.
But instead of paying a cover charge at the door, the bouncer tells you that you only get access to the market if you physically build the club yourself.
That is perfect analogy. And, that bricklaying requirement just hit foreign automakers hard today. Because under the revised scoring, the government eliminated BYD's 2.5 million won subsidy per vehicle. That's about $1,800 US.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, effective today. It directly penalizes the manufacturer's total lack of local factories or, local employment.
Wait, I have to challenge the actual impact of that, though.
Oh.
Because before this ruling, BYD enjoyed a price advantage over comparable models of about 3 to 4 million won, roughly $2,100 to $2,900 US.
Right, they had a massive buffer.
Exactly. So if they just lose an $1,800 US subsidy, does this actually halt Chinese expansion or does it simply narrow their margins?
Well, it forces a strategic dilemma. Sure, BYD could just eat the margin loss.
Yeah.
But that totally undermines their aggressive global pricing strategy. The alternative is being forced to invest heavily in Korean manufacturing. It essentially targets these distribution-only players.
And forces them to onshore. Okay, so while they throw friction at foreign players, domestic companies are just aggressively building out. If you're wondering why LG is suddenly pivoting so hard into physical AI, just look at today's action.
Right. LG Electronics actually activated its CEO-direct Robotics Business Center today.
Which is a huge signal.
It is. They assigned a 3-axis product portfolio alongside this large-scale training data factory.
And they're targeting a year-end launch for that, right?
Yep, targeted for year-end. And the auto industry is making parallel physical investments, too.
Like Hyundai's new Suwon facility.
Exactly. The new Suwon High-Tech Center covers 51,497 square meters. And they are heavily utilizing autonomous mobile robots there.
To cut logistics time.
Yeah, by 2/3. It acts as their primary operational lever right now against an 11.7% domestic sales drop.
That makes complete sense.
Yeah.
When top-line sales fall, cutting your logistics time by 2/3 with robots isn't just some neat tech upgrade.
No, it's survival.
Right, it's a protective mechanism for their bottom line.
But you have to remember, none of these high-tech factories or robotic centers run without raw materials. You need a heavy logistics backbone.
Right. Building an industrial fortress requires massive supply lines, which perfectly explains the Pan-Ocean move today.
Yeah, Pan-Ocean committed 2.587 trillion won. That's approximately $1.85 billion US in the first half of 2026.
To add to their fleet.
Right, adding 16 VLCCs. Those are the very large crude carriers and 4 large bulk carriers.
So bringing this all together, today, July 1, marks a useful baseline for tracking Korean industrial repositioning across 4 structural moves: Hyundai's service network, LG's physical AI pivot, BYD's subsidy loss, and Pan-Ocean's logistics bet.
Right, and Korea's domestic supply chain scoring sends a clear signal that access to the mobility market increasingly requires onshore industrial commitment, structurally penalizing distribution-only players.
Yeah, across mobility and robotics, Korean industrial players are executing capital-intensive bets that strengthen their competitive position, backed by a policy framework actively calibrated to reinforce that advantage against foreign competition. #CoSPI.
Spot on.
Which leaves us with a final thought for you to mull over regarding BYD's response in Q3 2026. If the Chinese automaker announces a local assembly investment just to regain those subsidies, does the defensive policy actually work?
Or does it simply invite the competition right inside the gates?
That's today's AI PRISM Industry Daily. This episode was produced with AI assistance based on Seoul Economic Daily reporting and reviewed by a human editor. AI PRISM is a 1 AFRA award-winning series. We'll be back tomorrow.